This is the resolution, at least for the AP lines, of Book 4 and the battle with the Britons, who are employing their Eseda, their chariots, their speedy and agile two-horse chariots. And we begin with the main man, Caesar. So Caesar, although um, the same thing which had happened in previous days, he saw would happen. So although he saw the same thing which had happened in previous days would happen again, namely that. So this ut clause here is renaming the idem, namely that if the enemies were repulsed or are repulsed, they would flee the danger by their speed. Nevertheless, having obtained, or maybe however, having obtained around 30 cavalrymen, equestrians, whom Commius Atrebos, about whom it was previously spoken, about whom it was said before or above, had transported with him, set up those legions in a battle line in front of the camp. All right, now let's go back and talk about a couple things. First of all, just note that this is the subject and this is your main verb. So we have a gigantic sentence here. But the biggest thing I want to talk about is essent pulsi. So this is pluperfect passive subjunctive. But notice that I translated this as present tense. Um, it's a complicated sequence of tense idea here. It's in secondary sequence, and I'm going to read to you from Muller's footnote here. It says this represents indirectly in the past what in the present, but would have been a future more vivid condition in Caesar's direct thought. All of that to say, it just sounds better saying if they are pushed back, then they would flee. In English, it doesn't sound right to say if they had been pushed back, then they might flee. So we're going to bring it into the present. Let's see here. So let's keep going here with commisso proelio. So with the battle begun. So this is the idiom here, with the battle having been committed. So with the battle begun, diutis here, very far, the attack of our soldiers, the enemies could not bear. So with the battle begun, the enemies could not bear the attack of our soldiers very, very far, very long. And they turned their backs, and they retreated. Now this is that coordinating conjunction here. So and them, and here we get the verbal that needs its object here. So, and having followed them, and then we get tanto quantum, we get this correlative here. Having followed them with as great a space, a distance, as they were able to accomplish or do or carry out by their cursu and their viribus, so by their maybe speed here sounds best, and their strength. So again, tanto quantum means as blank as. So having followed them in with as great a space as they could, they killed very many of them. And again, some of your texts have AEs here, not EEs. So they killed very many of them, literally from them. And then, with omnibus aedificiis incensis, so with all the buildings far and wide burned, they brought themselves into the camp. They returned back to their camp. On the same day, so this is that little bit from 36 that's at the end of the AP syllabus in Book 4. On the same day, the legates, having been sent by the enemy, came to Caesar concerning peace.